Here's this hole I'm digging, about to plant a soursop tree. I dug it pretty deep. It's probably like 3.5 feet deep, maybe 3 feet wide. And I packed all the grass and stuff that I dug out of the top into these buckets. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do, is pour that into the bottom. Just seems like a good way to get rid of it. And then theoretically, maybe some mycorrhizal fungi and those grass roots will help to mobilize some of those nutrients and bring them up to the plant later on. Now that I dumped all that grass in the bottom from those 2 buckets, I'm going to go ahead and just spray it down with a strong water jet, try to kind of get it settled into the bottom there. Now that I got all that grass matted down and settled at the bottom, I'm going to put a layer of some garden soil to try to increase the nutrient content and the moisture carrying capability, since the sand around it is really fast draining. Alright, now we just poured about 1 cubic foot of garden soil down in there over the grass, so I'm going to go ahead and soak that down and help it settle to the bottom. Should all end up being below the root ball of the plant. Alright, now we have the garden soil all settled in the bottom of the hole there. And next step, I'm going to go ahead and fill in with the rest of the hole a 1-to-1 mixture of this native sand here and some compost. And I'm just going to fill it all the way to the top, because this tree came with a root ball and no pot. So I'll just fill it up, and then I'll dig out a little hole for the plant and put it directly in there. Here's what that 1-to-1 mixture of the native sand and the compost is looking like. I'm still going to do a little bit more on top of this. Okay, and now we got the hole all backfilled. Time for a plant to go in there. Welcome to your new home, Soursop. All that's left now is to mulch. Well, I'm definitely zone pushing it here with this Soursop in Central Florida on the border between zones 9B and 10A. But as I mentioned before, I'm close to the coast and we don't tend to get many frosts or freezes, so maybe with a little bit of protection for the first few years it can make it. Try to give updates on this channel.